हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू यूजीपीजी मैथमेटिक्स। हम इस वीडियो में प्रीवियस ईयर्स के सारे क्वेश्चन पेपर्स सॉल्व करेंगे फ्रॉम 2014 टू 2019 बेस्ड ऑन द सब्जेक्ट्स ग्रुप थ्योरी, रिंग थ्योरी, नंबर थ्योरी, रियल एनालिसिस, कॉम्प्लेक्स एनालिसिस, लीनियर अलजेब्रा, सो दैट हम क्वेश्चन पेपर्स को एनालाइज कर सकेंगे। आपके लिए ये क्रैश कोर्स जैसे होगा, तो प्लीज़ वीडियो पूरा देखिए। अगर आपको अच्छा लगे तो लाइक कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए और सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलिए। अगर कोई डाउट है या फिर सजेशंस है तो प्लीज़ कमेंट कीजिए। सो for today's video, let us start with group theory. Now there are on an average 20 and above questions from group, ring and number theory. So we can score more from this. So this is important topic for the entrance exam. So we will solve some questions from group, ring and number theory in today's video. Let us start the first question. We have given phi from G to G dash be a homomorphism of groups such that this kernel of phi is equal to identity. Then the options are phi is onto, phi is 1 1, then phi is 1 1 and onto both, and the fourth option is phi maps every element of G to identity of G dash. So आपके पास अगर कभी भी होमोमॉर्फिज्म है phi फ्रॉम G to G डैश और आपको दिया है कि कर्नल phi इज इक्वल टू आइडेंटिटी, देन दिस phi इज ऑलवेज 1 1. So this is the result that if we have G to G dash homomorphism and kernel of that homomorphism is identity, then this phi is always 1 1. तो आप बस ये नोट कर लो और देखते हैं इसको प्रूव कैसे करते। तो टू प्रूव दिस 1 1 मीन्स क्या कि आपको सपोज यू टेक एनी एलिमेंट्स एक्स वाई इन जी एंड सपोज दैट phi of x इज इक्वल टू phi of y, एंड क्या प्रूव करना है कि x इज इक्वल टू y, right? Then in this case we say that this phi is 1 1, right? So this is my claim, that is I have to prove this. So start करते हैं. Now phi of x is equal to phi of y means phi of x, now you multiply by both sides by phi of y inverse. So phi of y its inverse is equal to phi of y as it is into phi of y its inverse, right? But होमोमॉर्फिज्म की प्रॉपर्टी ये होती है कि अगर आपने कोई एलिमेंट है phi of a और इसका इन्वर्स लिया तो इट इज़ इक्वल टू phi of a इन्वर्स. दैट मीन्स जो यहाँ पे इन्वर्स है वो अंदर आता है यहाँ पे a इन्वर्स. तो इसको ये प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करके इसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं, phi of x phi of y inverse, right, is equal to, now this is phi of y into phi of y inverse, right? And just note that this phi of y is in G dash, right? Because y G में है तो इमेज क्या होगा, G dash में होगा. तो phi of y और phi of y का इन्वर्स और इसका मल्टीप्लिकेशन है तो आइडेंटिटी हो जाएगा, राइट? एंड आइडेंटिटी इन G डैश, क्योंकि ये दोनों एलिमेंट्स G डैश के, तो आइडेंटिटी ऑफ G डैश लेट अस डिनोटेड बाय E डैश. तो अगेन यूज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ दिस होमोमॉर्फिज्म, तो दैट इज phi of x टाइम्स y इनवर्स, ठीक है? क्योंकि phi होमोमॉर्फिज्म है तो क्या होगा, phi of a b इज ऑलवेज इक्वल टू phi of a टाइम्स phi of b, राइट? और phi of a इंटू phi of b इज इक्वल टू phi of a b, राइट? तो ये प्रॉपर्टी यूज़ करके दिस इज इक्वल टू phi of x इंटू वाई इनवर्स इज इक्वल टू e डैश एज इट इज़. नाउ हमें यहाँ पे क्या दिया है कि कर्नल ऑफ phi इज इक्वल टू जस्ट आइडेंटिटी, राइट। तो फाई ऑफ एक्स इंटू वाई इनवर्स इज इक्वल टू आइडेंटिटी, मतलब इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि एक्स इंटू वाई इनवर्स, ये जो एलिमेंट है वो कर्नल फाई में होगा, है ना। आफ्टर अप्लाइंग फाई हमें क्या मिल रहा है, ई डैश, राइट। तो बट हमें क्या दिया है कि कर्नल फाई इज इक्वल टू आइडेंटिटी। सो दिस एलिमेंट एक्स वाई इनवर्स मस्ट बी इक्वल टू ई, राइट, क्योंकि कर्नल फाई जस्ट यही सब ग्रुप है, आइडेंटिटी कंटेन करता है, तो एक्स वाई इनवर्स मस्ट बी इक्वल टू ई। So and this gives us, you multiply by y on both the sides, we will get x is equal to y, right. So this claim is proved. So we have, therefore phi is 1 1, right. Now so this second option is the correct option, but यहाँ पे मैं आपको कुछ और भी रिजल्ट बताऊंगी कि सिमिलर रिजल्ट। सपोज नाउ दिस रिजल्ट का, इस रिजल्ट का कुछ क्वेश्चन से मतलब नहीं है, लेकिन आप बस इतना याद रखो कि अगर आपके पास फाई जी टू जी डैश भी ये होमोमॉर्फिज्म है और आपको दिया है कि कर्नल फाई इज इक्वल टू आइडेंटिटी, मतलब यहाँ पे क्या होगा, आपका जो फाई है वो 1 1 हो जाएगा। और अलॉन्ग विद दिस अगर आपके पास जो ऑर्डर ऑफ जी इज इक्वल टू ऑर्डर ऑफ जी डैश ऐसा है, तो इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि हमने अभी देखा है कि कर्नल फाई आइडेंटिटी है तो फाई इज 1 1, और जी टू जी डैश मतलब ये दोनों भी ग्रुप्स के ऑर्डर सेम है। तो हमें पता है कि अगर फाइनाइट सेट पे कोई फंक्शन 1 1 है तो वो ऑन टू भी हो जाता है। तो दिस गिव्स अस दिस फाई इज ऑन टू, मतलब अलॉन्ग विद दिस कंडीशन, राइट। ये याद रखना है, बस इतना ही दिया है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि फाई ऑन टू हो जाएगा, ये पहले होना चाहिए कि होमोमॉर्फिज्म है और कर्नल फाई इज इक्वल टू आइडेंटिटी भी है, और उसके साथ अगर ये आता है कि ऑर्डर ऑफ द टू ग्रुप्स इज सेम, देन फाई इज ऑन टू। तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, आपका फंक्शन फाई इज 1 1 एंड ऑन टू, तो फाई क्या हो जाएगा, बाइजेक्टिव। तो बस इतना याद रख लीजिए, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, फाई बाइजेक्टिव है और हमें पता है कि फाई होमोमॉर्फिज्म है, तो फाई इज बाइजेक्टिव होमोमॉर्फिज्म, but we know that a bijective homomorphism is isomorphism. So phi is isomorphism. That means this G, so this gives us G is isomorphic to G dash, right? So both the groups have same properties. Let us solve another question. तो इस क्वेश्चन में हमें the number of elements of order 12 in the cyclic group of order 12 find out करने। तो ऑप्शंस दिए है, फर्स्ट ऑप्शन इज 3, सेकेंड इज 2, थर्ड इज 4 एंड फोर्थ इज 1। तो जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस कि अगर आपके पास साइक्लिक ग्रुप ऑफ ऑर्डर n दिया है तो that is always Zn or isomorphic to Zn. So where what is this Zn? Zn is just 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar up to n minus 1 bar. For example, यहाँ पे क्या दिया है, Z12, right? Cyclic group of order 12, मतलब यहाँ पे n is equal to 12। तो हमारा ग्रुप क्या है, ग्रुप इज say G is equal to Z12, so 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar up to 11 bar, because again this 12 bar will be 0 bar, right? तो हमें क्या करना है अभी, number of elements of order 12, तो let A belongs to G such that this order of A is equal to 12, और हमें क्या करने हैं, ऐसे नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स फाइंड आउट करने, राइट। तो ये क्या होगा फिर, ऑर्डर ऑफ ए अगर 12 है तो बट 12 इज सेम एज ऑर्डर ऑफ दिस ग्रुप, राइट, बिकॉज ऑर्डर ऑफ जी क्या है, ऑर्डर ऑफ जेड 12, इट इज सेम एज 12, राइट. तो और आई विल डिनोट दिस बाय ऑर्डर ऑफ जी. सो ऑर्डर ऑफ ए किसके बराबर है, ऑर्डर ऑफ जी के. दैट मीन्स ए क्या है आपका, ए इज अ जनरेटर ऑफ द ग्रुप जी, राइट. तो द क्वेश्चन सेज दैट कि आपको क्या करना है, बस नंबर ऑफ जनरेटर्स फाइंड आउट करने इन जी, द ग्रुप जेड 12. तो यहाँ पे क्या करो आप, जस्ट फाई ऑफ 12 कैलकुलेट करो, नंबर ऑफ जनरेटर्स. तो नंबर ऑफ जनरेटर्स कैसे होंगे, सो लेट अस रिकॉल दिस फॉर एनी फंक्शन, फॉर एनी एन. सपोज आपने एन को प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन में लिखा, p1 रेज टू m1, p2 रेज टू m2 up to pk रेज टू mk, where this p1 p2 up to pk are prime, so pi's are prime, और m1 m2 m up to mk are greater equal 0, non negative integers. तो write 12 in this, write the prime factorization of 12. So 12 is equal to 4 into 3, which is same as 2 square into 3, right. तो आपके पास क्या प्राइम से, p1 is set, so this is say p1 raised to m1, p2 raised to m2, ठीक है, दो नंबर्स प्राइम से. दैट मीन्स हियर p1 is equal to 2, p2 is equal to 3 and m1 is the power of this prime p1. तो m1 2 है और m2 क्या है, 1 है, 3 raised to 1. नाउ आपको अगर ये phi of n फाइंड आउट करना है तो बस दिस इज कॉल्ड ऑयलर्स phi फंक्शन, ठीक है. तो इसका फॉर्मूला क्या है, आप यहाँ पे n लिखो, देन इन द ब्रैकेट 1 माइनस 1 अपॉन p1, इन द सेकेंड ब्रैकेट 1 minus 1 upon p2 and so on 1 minus 1 upon pk, राइट. तो ये फॉर्मूला यूज करके phi of 12 निकालो. phi of 12 is equal to, now n is 12 into 1 minus 1 upon, what is our p1, the first prime is 2, then 1 minus 1 upon p2, second prime number is 3. so यहाँ पे पावर्स का कुछ कनेक्शन नहीं है whenever we find this phi of n. तो बस आपको बस प्राइम्स भी पता है तो भी चलेगा. तो दिस इज जस्ट इक्वल टू 12 इंटू दिस इज 1/2 एंड 2/3, राइट. सो सिंप्लीफाई दिस, इट इज जस्ट 4. सो दिस phi of 12 is 4. So this gives us the number of generators in Z12 are 4. That means, so this is same as number of elements of order 4, sorry, order 12 are 4. So this third option is the correct option. Let us solve another question. This is question number 3. Let H be a finite subgroup of a group G and let small g is an element of the group G, and GHG inverse is defined by the set GHG inverse where the small h is in H. Then the order of GHG inverse is equal to order of H. Then order of GHG inverse is less than order of H. Then third is order of GHG inverse is greater than order of H, and the last is GHG inverse, the order is 1. So let us solve this. Now the important note is, if you have H is a subgroup, is a finite subgroup of the group G, then this order of GH G inverse is always same as the order of the subgroup H. So this is important. So by this result, this first option is the correct option. And हम एक यहाँ पे प्रूफ करेंगे कि why this is true. तो हमें क्या दिखाया ना कि ऑर्डर ऑफ जी एच जी इनवर्स इज इक्वल टू ऑर्डर ऑफ एच. सो अगर हमने जी एच जी इनवर्स और जी के और एच के बीच में अगर बाइजेक्टिव फंक्शन डिफाइन कर दिया तो क्या होगा. सपोज फाई इज बाइजेक्टिव फ्रॉम जी एच जी इनवर्स टू जी, then the cardinality will be same, right? Because it is bijective function. So let us prove that this G H G inverse and H have same number of elements. So define a map, say F, from H to G H G inverse, where this G, small g, is fixed element of the group G. So you just fix this small g and take a map from H to GH G inverse, which is defined by you send this H, small h in H to GH G inverse. That is, this f of H is equal to GH G inverse. Now you just prove that this map is bijective, then we will have this cardinality of GH G inverse is same as cardinality of H, right? So first we will prove that it is 1 1. So suppose f of H1 is equal to f of H2, then we have to prove that H1 is equal to H2. So this is our claim, H1 is equal to H2. But now by the definition of f, we have f of H1 is equal to G H1 G inverse, which is equal to, now f of H2 is G H2 G inverse. But now we are in group, right? हमारे पास एक ग्रुप है, तो cancellation property holds, and by the cancellation property we can cancel these elements. From left you cancel G, from right you cancel G inverse, then we get H1 is equal to H2, right? So whenever we have f of H1 is equal to f of H2, we have H1 is equal to H2. That means this claim is proved, right? So this f is 1 1. Now we will prove that this f is onto. So what is the meaning of onto? You take any element from this set GH G inverse and let us find some element H here in H such that f of H is equal to GH G inverse. So take GH G inverse from G capital H G inverse, right? So what is the meaning of this? This H is in H, right? So you take this H and then f of H, then for this H belongs to H, f of H will be GH G inverse, right? So for every element GH G inverse in the codomain, we have H in the domain such that f of H is equal to GH G inverse. That means every element in codomain has preimage. So this gives us f is onto. That means f is bijective. Bijective is a bijective function, right? So the number of elements in GH G inverse is same as the number of elements in h. Now let us solve another question. This is fourth question. The remainder of 37 raised to 49 when divided by 7 is, the options are 3, 1, 2 and 6. तो इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए we will need Euler's theorem, तो by this theorem this a raised to phi of n is congruent to 1 mod n, where phi of n is the Euler's phi function, and GCD of a and n is 1. That means this a and n are relatively prime. So the meaning of this question is, अगर आपके पास यहाँ पे 37 है and raised to 49 is congruent to, आपको यहाँ का नंबर फाइंड आउट करना है, is what? Congruent to mod 7. So this is called the remainder. जब आप इस नंबर को 37 raised to 49 को 7 से डिवाइड करेंगे, after that the remainder is here. So we want to find out this value. So call this value as, say, x. That means we have to find out this value, say x. So इस वैल्यू को फाइंड करने के लिए हम ये फॉर्मूला यूज़ करेंगे. So clearly this GCD of 37 and 7 is 1, right? So by Euler's theorem we have 37 raised to phi of 7 is congruent to 1 mod 7. ठीक है. Now what is phi of 7? Now for any prime number p, phi of p is always p minus 1. Now here 7 is a prime, so phi of 7 is equal to 7 minus 1, which is 6. ठीक है. Now 37 raised to phi of 7. So from here this 37, what is phi of 7? It is 6 raised to 6 is congruent to 1 modulo 7. So take power 8 on both the sides. So this is 37 raised to 6 raised to 8 is congruent to 1 raised to 8 modulo 7 as it is. Now you just multiply these two. So by the rules of indices, this a raised to b raised to c is same as a raised to bc, right? So this gives us 37 raised to 48 is congruent to, now 1 raised to 8 is 1 modulo 7. But now we want here 49, right? So you just multiply by 37 on both the sides and we get 37 into 37 raised to 48 is congruent to 37 into 1 modulo 7. ठीक है. Now we know that now this 37 is same as 37 raised to 1. Now you just add this, so it is 37, 1 plus 48 is 49 is congruent to 37 into 1 is 37 modulo 7, right? But now in the option there is no 37, right? So हम क्या करेंगे, इस 37 को modulo 7 में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे. So now 37 is congruent to 2 mod 7, right? Because what is the meaning of this? This means 7 divides 37 minus 2, which is 35, and which is correct, right? Because 7 into 5 is 35. So 37 is again this say it is 2 mod 7, right? Or you can just say that 37 is congruent to 2 mod 7, so 37 raised to 49 is congruent to 2 mod 7, right? Now just look at this. We want integer x such that this holds, and now we have, by comparing this, we have this x is equal to 2. That means the remainder is 2. So this third option is the correct option. Now let us solve another question. This is question number 11. The total number of transpositions in the permutation f is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and these elements are mapped to 10, 9, 3, 5, 1, 6, 8, 2, 7 and 4. Now, so first thing is to answer this, तो पहले तो आप f को साइक्लिक नोटेशन में, साइकिल नोटेशन में लिखिए. सो f इज इक्वल टू, सो स्टार्ट विथ 1, ठीक है. सो 1 goes to 10, 1 goes to 10, then 10 goes to 4, then 4 goes to 5, 5 goes to 1, but this 1 is here, so complete this cycle. Now start second cycle. Start with the another element. So 2, because 2 is not here, so 2 goes to 9, 9 goes to 7, 7 goes to 8, then 8 goes to 2, but 2 is here, so complete this cycle. Now what is the next element? 3, but 3 is mapped to 3, so it is just one element cycle or cycle of length 1. And then again the next element is, now 4 is here, 5 is here, 6 is here, and 6 is mapped to 6, so this is just single cycle. Now 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So all the elements are covered. So one element cycle we can just ignore it. So f is equal to 1, then 10, 4, 5, 2, 9, 7 and 8. Okay. So here you just write these cycles in transposition. So transposition, what is the meaning of transposition? It is 2 cycle or cycle of length 2. So we can write this cycle 1, 10, 4, 5 as, start with 1, then write 10, then 10, 4, then 4, 5. And similarly we can write the second cycle 2, 9, 7, 8 as, start with 2, 9, then 9, 7 and 7, 8. ठीक है, तो इसको हम ऐसे लिख सकते हैं 1, 10, 10, 4, 4, 5, then 2, 9, 9, 7, 7, 8. ओके. सो क्या करना है हमें? ट्रांसपोजिशंस, कितने ट्रांसपोजिशन से काउंट करने हैं. सो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 एंड 6. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे देयर आर 6 transpositions. Forgot to write the options. The options are 8, 7, 9 and 6. So we have just calculated there are 6 transpositions. So this fourth option is the correct option. Let us solve another question. This is question number 10. If a set A has n elements, then the number of all relations on set A is, the first option is 2 raised to n square, second is n square, third is 2 raised to n, and the fourth option is 2 times n. So here we have given this cardinality of A is n, right? A has n elements means its cardinality is n. Now हमें क्या फाइंड आउट करना है कि द नंबर ऑफ रिलेशंस ऑन दिस सेट A. So just recall that a relation on A is a subset of A cross A, where what is this A cross A? A cross A means take the tuples A comma B, where A is in A and B is also in A. So यहाँ पे कितने सारे टपल्स होंगे जितने की कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ A into कार्डिनलिटी ऑफ A, right? Because A is from A and B is from A. So this gives us the cardinality of this set A cross A is equal to cardinality of A into the cardinality of A, which is same as, now cardinality of A is n, which is given, so this is n into n, it is n square. Now relation on A is a subset of A cross A means, and we have to find out all relations, right? So just find out all subsets of A cross A, that will be all relations on the set A. So let me write here. So all subsets of A cross A will be same as all relations on set A. So here you just find out the number of subsets, that is all subsets of this A cross A. So number of subsets of A cross A is equal to, now for any set A, let me write here, if we have B is some set, then the number of all subsets of B is equal to the cardinality of power set of B. ठीक है, क्योंकि all subsets of B is same as power set of B, and हमें क्या करना है, number of that subsets, so you take the cardinality of that set, which is equal to power set of B. So here number of subsets of A cross A means you take the power set of A cross A and take its cardinality. So here we know that, and this cardinality of power set of B for the set B is same as 2 raised to the cardinality of B. ठीक है, पावर सेट की cardinality is equal to 2 raised to cardinality of B. So same way you apply here. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, 2 raised to the cardinality of set A cross A. ठीक है, तो आपको बस क्या करना है, 2 raised to what is the cardinality of A cross A, हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया था, it is n square. So the total number of relations or all relations on set A is just same as 2 raised to n square. So this first option is the correct option. Now let us solve another question. This is question number 12. The number of generators in an infinite cyclic group is, first option is 1, second is 2, third is 3, and fourth option is infinity. So let us start this. So just recall that any infinite cyclic group is isomorphic to Z, this group of integers. So let us find out the generators for this group Z, and clearly we know that the group generated by 1 is equal to 1 into n, where this n belongs to Z, right? Because for any subgroup A which is generated by A is same as an, where n is in Z, right? So you just apply here the same thing, it is 1 into n, which is same as n, where n is in Z, and this is simply the set Z, right? So 1 is the generator for Z. And just recall that if we have A is a generator, if A is a generator, then A inverse is also a generator for the group G, for the group G. But here this Z is a group under addition, right? So A inverse is just minus A. So what is the inverse? So inverse of A in Z plus is minus A, right? Because A plus minus A is 0, which is the identity element of this group. So we know that 1 is a generator, 1 is generator. So by this result, minus 1, which is the inverse of 1, is also a generator. So there are only 2 generators for this group. So the number of generators is 2. So this second option is the correct option. Let us solve another question. This is question number 16. We have given a ring R such that A square is equal to A for all A belongs to R. Then the characteristic of ring R is, the options are, first option is 0, second is infinite, third is 2, and fourth is 4. So let us first recall that the definition of characteristic of a ring R. So let R be a ring, then a smallest positive integer n is said to be characteristic of R, the ring R, if n into A is equal to 0 for all A belongs to R. So this is the definition, where this NA means you take addition of the element A n times. So we have given here A square is equal to A, and this is for all A in the ring R. So A square is equal to A for all A belongs to R. So now just recall that if A is in R, then this 2 into A is also in R, right? So this is an element of R, and we know that this square of any element is equal to itself for every element in R. That means 2A square is also equal to 2A. ठीक है, अब इसको सॉल्व करते हैं. तो this gives us 2A into 2A, which is equal to 2A. So this is just 4A square is equal to 2A. ठीक है. But now we know that this A square is equal to A. So replace this A square by A. So this gives us 4A is equal to 2A. Right. So 4A minus 2A is equal to 0. So this gives us 2A is equal to 0. Now just note that when you take this n is equal to 2, so this is the meaning of A plus A is equal to 0, right? So here n is equal to 2, and it is the smallest positive integer such that n into A is equal to 0, right? Because if you take that, the positive integers are from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, but if you take n is equal to 1, then clearly A equal to 0, which is not true for all the elements A. So n is equal to 2 gives us this 2a equal to 0. So this is the smallest. ठीक है. So this gives us characteristic of R, the ring R is 2. So this third option is the correct option. Now let us solve another question. This is question number 19. The total number of roots of the polynomial 2 bar x square plus 4 bar x plus 4 bar over the ring Z10 addition modulo 10 and multiplication modulo 10 are. The first option is 1, second is 2, third is 3 and fourth option is 4. Now here the polynomial, let us denote it by px, is equal to 2 bar x square plus 4 bar x plus 4 bar. Now I will just denote this polynomial just by without this bar. So 2x square plus 4x plus 4, and it means suppose a bar belongs to Z10 such that suppose p of a bar is equal to 0, then a bar is a root of p of x. ठीक है. So this is the definition of a root. Now just note that this degree of p of x is equal to 2, but here this Z10, this ring Z10 plus 10 cross 10 is not a field. ठीक है. तो इसके लिए now in general, if we have a polynomial of degree, suppose if we have polynomial of degree 2 over a field, then there are two roots of p of x. ठीक है. Polynomial px of degree 2, then there are two roots of p of x. But now just note that this p of x is of degree 2, but this Z10 is not a field. So there can be more than two roots. So let us find out what are the roots first, and then we will count the number of roots. So what is our Z10? Z10 is just 0 bar, 1 bar, 2 bar, so 3 bar, 4 bar, 5 bar, then 6 bar, 7 bar, 8 bar and 9 bar. But just note that this in Z10 6 bar is same as minus 4 bar, right? Because this 6 bar plus 4 bar is equal to 10 bar, which is equal to 0 bar. That means the 6 bar is equal to minus 4 bar, or you can just write 4 bar is equal to minus 6 bar. That means they are additive inverses of each other. So you can replace 6 bar by minus 4 bar so that the calculations will be easy. Then minus 7 bar with minus 3 bar, then 8 bar with minus 2 bar and 9 bar with minus 1 bar, and just put these values of x and find out the value of p of x. So I will do for one or two some elements. So p of 0 bar is equal to 2 bar into 0 bar square plus 4 bar into 0 bar plus 4 bar, which is equal to 4 bar, and which is not equal to 0 bar, right? So this gives us this 0 bar is not a root of the polynomial p of x. Similarly, do for p of 1 bar. So what is p of 1 bar? It is 2 bar into 1 bar square is 1 bar plus 4 bar into 1 bar plus 4 bar, which is equal to 2 bar plus 4 bar plus 4 bar, which is 10 bar, and which is equal to 0 bar. Okay, so this gives us 1 bar is a root of p of x. Similarly, just find out p of 2 bar. So what is p of 2 bar? You just put x is equal to 2 bar in p of x. So it will be 20 bar. This is equal to 0 bar. So this gives us 2 bar is a root of p of x. Then p of 3 bar is equal to 4 bar, which is not equal to 0 bar. So this gives 3 bar is not a root of p of x. Then p of 4 bar is equal to 2 bar, which is not equal to 0 bar, and hence 4 bar is also not a root. Now the next element is 5 bar. So p of 5 bar is equal to 4 bar, which is not equal to 0 bar, and hence this 5 bar is also not a root. Then go for 6 bar, but we know that this 6 bar is equal to minus 4 bar. So just put x is equal to minus 4 bar, and so I will do here p of minus 4 bar is equal to 2 bar into minus 4 bar square plus 4 bar into minus 4 bar plus 4 bar, which is equal to this 16 into 2 bar is 32 bar plus this is minus 16 bar plus 4 bar, which is equal to 16 bar plus 4 bar, which is 20 bar, which is equal to 0 bar, right? So this gives us this minus 4 bar, which is equal to 6 bar, is a root of p of x. Similarly, calculate p of minus 3 bar, which is equal to 10 bar, which is equal to 0 bar. So this gives us this minus 3 bar, that is 7 bar, is a root of p of x. Now the next element is p of minus 2 bar, which is equal to 4 bar plus, so 4 bar, which is not equal to 0 bar. So this gives us this minus 2 bar, that is 8 bar, is not a root. Then lastly, p of minus 1 bar is equal to 2 bar, which is not equal to 0 bar. So this gives us this minus 1 bar, that is 9 bar, is not a root of p of x. So just look at this, 0 bar is not a root, then 1 bar is a root, then 2 bar is a root, then 6 bar is a root, and 7 bar is a root. So how many roots are there? These are 4 in numbers, and therefore this fourth option is the correct option. I hope you like this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you find this useful. Thank you.